Alright, so we are talking about Whizzer, and he first premiered in USA Comics #1 in April of 1941. Now, in my line of doing characters with unique superpowers, I automatically thought when I heard the word whiz or whizzer and also the yellow that he was going to have some kind of urination um, powers and abilities. And it is said that he does have that to some degree, but I've been unable to find any panels. So if someone can lead me in the right direction, then I will. But he does have a unique way of gaining superpowers, and let's get into it. So Robert, who is Whizzer, was on an expedition with his father, who is a doctor. And on the expedition, they were traveling, and unfortunately, Robert was bitten by a cobra, a venomous cobra. Now, some of you already know, once you get bitten by any kind of snake that's pretty much venomous, you only have a little bit of time before you have to seek some high medical needs, or the worst is you're done. Now, what's really cool is that there was a mongoose that was nearby and ended up fighting the cobra and ended up getting hurt in the fray, but it did unalive the cobra itself. Now, Robert is on the floor in excruciating pain, and his dad is wondering, what am I going to do? And during this time, he recalled an old wives' tale, or at least that's what they put in the comic book. And he utilized the mongoose and created a transfusion, a blood transfusion, and somehow it created a mutagenic type of response, and it gave Robert superhuman speed. Yes, from the mongoose. Now, it's been said that Robert has a latent mutant gene, and its interaction with the mongoose is what unlocked the superhuman speed. Now, I would argue that it wasn't only the mongoose, but also the combination of the venom with the transfusion, unlocking the mutant gene and causing him to have superhuman speed. So, what can he do with his superhuman speed? Let's talk about it. Now, in his prime, Robert, as the Whizzer, can move up to speeds of over 100 miles per hour, and this is around the time when he was in his prime. Now, like many other speedsters that you've heard about, he has an adaptive physiology, meaning that he can resist the shock of the superhuman speed. Also, the moisture doesn't evaporate as fast, and also when it comes to the caloric intake itself, it does burn really fast. So that means he needs to eat quite a bit in order to expend the energy that's utilized during the superhuman speed. Now, it is said that he has super urine production, but I cannot for the life of me find any panels that state that this is an ability that he has. It makes sense that he can technically do this. Why? Because of the caloric intake that he has, and it also means that he has to drink a lot of fluid. And with a lot of fluid, well, needs to come a lot of urine too. And it does lead way into his name, Whizzer. But again, his powers and abilities are primarily superhuman speed. And throughout my research throughout the internet, number one, I got to get his first introduction to read his line of comic books, and number two, he does have a pretty deep and interesting story, going all the way back to the Defenders working alongside the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, and also Captain America, Namor, and a couple of other characters, including the first Human Torch, which is an android. So he's a pretty interesting character, and he's gone against Nazi personnel. So I would love to see this character come back, but unfortunately within the comic books, he is unalive. While he has had different iterations, the version of Robert is no more. But, with comic books, a character can always come back. So yeah, is this a character with unique superpowers? Well, I would say yes, and also no. But what's unique is how he got the powers itself, and I wish I knew a little bit more into his origins. And when I say his origins was Robert actually a mutant? And because of the mongoose transfusion, all it did was just wake him up a little bit earlier, his mutant powers. So again, I definitely want to do more on this character. If you guys are willing, let me know in the comment section. But if you know any more unique characters, and superpowers, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to cover them. Later, everyone.